Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. So we are making watermelon juice, fresh watermelon juice. So of course you're gonna need your watermelon. We're just gonna jump right into it because I really want to hurry up and make this and drink some juice. So you want to get your fresh watermelon, of course, because it tastes a lot better. And just look at all the water and hydration. Let me just show you guys just how juicy this watermelon is. So it's always best to use fresh watermelon juice, and my hands are clean, don't worry. So fresh watermelon juice, and so you just kind of want to get your watermelon, cut them up into cubes. And I also like to add oranges, so I'm gonna also get some oranges, peel them up and cut them up and put them in there also. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, cut everything, finish cutting up the rest of the watermelon, put some oranges there, and then we're gonna move on. Okay, now I got all my watermelon cut into little cubes. I was gonna grab some oranges, but then I completely forgot I don't have any oranges, so yay, there's that. But it doesn't matter because it's still gonna taste good, just if you have oranges, you can add oranges. That's to add extra little flavor, or even any other fruit to it. Like you could add pineapple to it, like watermelon and pineapple is great. But anyway, we're just gonna go ahead, take the watermelon, put it in the blender, and we're gonna blend it out. And then we're going to make sure you have a big, what is this called, y'all? Sorry, I'm having a brain freeze here. What is this called? Because what is this called? You know what? I'm sorry. I'm having a whole brain fire. I promise you guys. A container. I'm just going to call this a container. Just find your little this. This. If you know what this is, grab you one of these, And so I'm just going to go ahead and start taking the watermelon in and start blending it. Me personally, I like to mash the watermelon all the way down just to make sure that there are no gaps, and also just to make it easier with the blending process, and then also so I can add more watermelon in here. And also just so it can go quicker like this too. It can go way quicker. You know what? I don't want to fill it all the way up to the top. So we can make the blending a lot easier. Okay. Once it's finished blending, I'm just gonna take this, transfer over into this thing, and then just basically do it all until I got all of this basically finished. Okay, now that we finished blending all of the watermelon, you want to get another one of these that's either just as equal to in size or even bigger than the one that you already have, because we're just basically going to take the juice and we're going to sift all of the pulp and the seeds out of this juice and into here. And eventually we're going to switch it back, but first we want to take the pulp out, and get the most juice out of the pulp as we can. And one secret, while the juice is coming out and pouring, what I like to do is basically just kind of stir it. This is something that I've learned as a child. I am from the islands. I am Haitian, so one thing I learned is to just kind of stir through the pulp this is how you get the most juice out of the pulp of whatever you're juicing. This is any type of juicing that you're doing. You want to get the most liquid and juice out of the pulp as much as you can. And we're just going to keep doing this until we get all of the watermelon juice kind of properly sifted. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and do that, and once I'm finished, I'll show you. I'll come back. Basically, I'll be right back. one thing I forgot to mention, right? While you're doing this, you don't have to wait until this is all the way down. Like when you see if you have enough space to pour more juice in there, go ahead and like pour more juice in there so you can like, so you don't have to like, so it doesn't take so long and you can give yourself time. So whenever you find it getting low, you could just go ahead and fill it right back up and just keep going. All right, I will be right back, and I'm gonna go ahead and just finish juicing all the pulp, well, the juice out of the pulp. When I'm making juice, I like to use a wooden spoon personally. I don't know why, but I just do. So yeah, it should be very clear, very liquidy, you know. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to add limes to the juice, because now you have your watermelon and it just tastes straight like pure watermelon. But to give it more of a juice like flavor, we're gonna add some stuff to it. And first we're gonna add some limes. Okay, so given how big the container is of juice that I have, I decided to use 10 limes. And really how many limes you use depends on how big the container is. My container is, well, this, I don't know if it's called a container, but whatever this is, if it's really big, so I'm using 10 limes. Smaller containers, like if you're just using a smaller one like this per se, you would maybe probably 5 limes would be good, 6 limes, but or even 4 if you don't want it to have too much of, well, it's not really going to be like a lime taste, but it's just going to add flavor to the watermelon juice. And so for the lime, the best way that I like to get all of the juice out of the lime, because if you just cut it up as is and then try to squeeze it, it's going to be a little bit harder. I'll basically take the lime, put it flat down, and then I'll just kind of start pushing my hand and rolling it up so you can really start getting the juice out of it, because then it's a lot easier to squeeze, and when you actually cut it up, you'll get the most juice out of the lime. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this to all of these limes, and then I'm gonna cut them up and then juice them into the juice. So I'm gonna go ahead do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I finished juicing all of my limes into the watermelon juice. It did take some time, and I left like 9 halves of the lime in there because the skin of the lime has a lot of nutrition that you can use. Well, a lot of nutrition, sorry, that you can use. That's like basically really good for you in the watermelon juice. I'm sorry, I'm having like a brain freeze moment. Basically, like the skin of the lime here has a lot of nutrients that will go into the watermelon juice. It's just good. It's really good for you. It's very natural. It's good for you, and it tastes really, really good. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and grab some sugar. We're gonna add some sugar. Now I'm gonna add the sugar. I'm probably gonna add about maybe 10 scoops of sugar. And if you're curious about the type of sugar I'm using, this is original sugar cane. This is sugar cane, or I said original, organic sugar cane sugar. Basically, it's sugar made out of sugar cane, really. So it's a natural sugar. And I'm just gonna go ahead and put 10 scoops of sugar in there, maybe a little more. It all depends, because after I put about 10 scoops in there is when I kind of just do a taste test. Taste it, make sure it's not too sweet, because this watermelon also has a natural sweetness to it also. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish putting the sugar in there, and I'm gonna mix it. I lost count, y'all. It's probably almost 10 by now, but I think I'm at like 8. I think this is 8. I'm just gonna say this is 8. And also, so now we're just gonna go ahead and mix that in. It smells so good. I wish you guys could smell it. Like, watermelon juice smells so good. So yeah, we're just gonna keep on stirring it. until you don't really hear the sugar on the bottom anymore. That's how you know it's fully dissolved. And I'm just gonna do like a small taste test and see if I need any more sugar. I'm gonna add like about 10 more scoops. Well, not really 10. Yeah, 10 more scoops, because this is a really big bowl, you guys. I don't know if you can't tell on my end. Sorry, you can't tell from your end how big this bowl is, but this bowl is not just big and wide, it's deep too. So it's a lot of juice in here. It's a lot of juice in here. So yeah, because you don't want to put too much sugar in it. You don't want it to be too sweet. And also, this juice is meant to be naturally good for you. So I'm just going to finish putting the sugar in here, and then I'll be right back. Stirring it. I've gotten, it's just the perfect amount of sugar. When I tell you, I wish you guys could try this. It's so good. So now I'm just going to go ahead and add essence of almond. I hope you guys can see that. There you go. So I'm going to be adding essence of almond, and this makes it doesn't matter what juice you're making, it makes any juice that you're making just pop full of flavor. So this is my favorite thing to add with any type of juice that I'm making, but it's very strong. It's very, very, very strong. So you don't want to add too much. Even me, what I'm adding would be a little too much for a regular bowl, but since this bowl is so big and deep, I'm just adding a little bit more. But if you don't have a big bowl, you really don't want to use too much essence of almond, especially if it's an original one, because you have imitation essence of almonds, but this is not an imitation. This is real essence of almond, so it's very strong. And really, that's really all you need. If you want, you could probably add a little bit of honey to it, you know, if like you don't feel kind of like that in there. But really, with this watermelon, it's so naturally pure and sweet, you don't really need to. So now it's done. This is really how you make some natural watermelon juice. Also, I forgot to mention, if you taste it and you think it's too sweet, you know, for whatever reason, you can always use some lemon if you have lemon, or if you don't have lemon, you could use like, you know, lemon juice, and just put a little bit of it in there just to kind of add some acidity, take away from the sweetness, you know, but without taking away from the flavor also at the same time. So, yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that. That it's done, I'm just gonna go ahead, cover it up, and then put it in the fridge. You can always add ice, you know, to it to, you know, cool it down, you know. But I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in the fridge because I am out of ice and my ice maker is not working. So I'm just gonna put it in the fridge and let it cool down, and then just grab me a glass. This is the final result of my watermelon juice. Ooh, sorry. I hope you guys liked it. And thank you so much for watching. Again, like, subscribe, share. Let me know if you guys want to see more like juice videos. And of course, I'm gonna get better lighting, better quality soon. But like, yeah, thank you for watching. Later.